It is finally that time. Infinite Warfare / Modern Warfare Remastered is upon us. What is going on, everybody? Dark Tail the Wise over at Noob the Sweaty Gaming, and dropping my final thoughts and basically what I'm gonna expect from iDub and Modern Warfare Remastered moving forward, as well as what's going on with the channel. So glad y'all stopped by. This is a good one to tune into. Got some domination on throwback. Jump shot is on point because the scuff is back. And then the second half of this video is actually a little bit of TDM on Precinct. But let's go ahead and get into it. So, that cleanup job jump shot. Going into Infinite Warfare. And obviously if you played the beta, there was a huge difference from week 1 to week 2. Mainly being able to get on at all. And here I am, being that defensive MVP. Popping the combat focus. Get off my point, son. I thought he was AFK. No, he actually jumped. He just got spawned in. He got caught up in the wash. Then we're gonna go ahead and second half it. They go ahead and got me on the final kill cam, laying these fools down. So we are back. Second half of domination. My opening move in the first round was to go all the way around and capture the point. Not this time. I'm dropping some of the biggest score streaks in the game. And like I said, week 1 to week 2, definitely this Warden. This Warden got a buff. It didn't just get a buff in strength, because you could shoot those things down in 2 clips from any gun. But they got an AI buff, which is something I'm hoping that will be implemented into the rest of the score streaks. Now, I know if you're like me and you're keeping up on things, that they just announced that there's going to be a huge patch. And the patch allegedly comes from these betas. As I jump into the poor man's mothership, and this is definitely something, look at that. It's getting used to the score streaks also makes you a more effective killer. Toggling the fire mode, toggling through thermal, using the thrusters, because sometimes you don't have the proper angle, you can't shoot on enemies. Getting used to the game, getting more effective with these seemingly ineffective kill streaks. I'm glad they're buffing the splash damage to the T.H.O.R. As you can see, it definitely needs it. Could have got a couple more kills with it. So, getting used to these weapons and getting used to these score streaks is definitely going to make anyone a more efficient killer. See, I can't get that guy on the point. On C, I'm using the thrusters to get over. But unfortunately, these big score streaks that get you big points, you only get to use them for a minute. If you control them, or if you don't control them, they're still only around for a minute. But I'm going to give some credit where credit is due, because as a whole, we all felt like after the beta that they weren't listening to us, the community as a whole. Look at this, another Steph Curry jump shot. Let's go. Get off of A, son. As we went ahead and smacked these kids up. But big ups to Activision and Infinity Ward for listening to the community as a whole, because in those same patch notes they have nerfed sniping and nerfed quick scoping to a certain degree. They're making it harder. As we go into the second half of this video, little TDM on Precinct, I will have my rig set up and my class setup at the end of this video in case you want to use it. So here we go, TDM style. But like I was saying, it's a good thing that they're listening to the community as a whole. I wasn't soured by Advanced Warfare. I didn't play the game. I wasn't soured by Ghost. This is pretty much my first out-of-pocket bad experience with any of the Call of Duties that I've ever played. So just for me personally, moving forward, I've lost my faith in Infinity Ward. They seem to not have a pulse on the community. And so moving forward, I'm going to treat games, including Call of Duty, because we all know, at least practical people do, that the only way COD is going to die is if it kills itself. That's really the only way it's going to happen. As this guy jumps through his fart bubble shield to get me. So, that being said, moving forward, I am going to look at these games like they are the movie industry. And what I mean by that is, you know, Black Ops 3, they put out a beta in August for a game that came out in November, which shows that Treyarch had confidence enough in their game to debut it as soon as possible, to let the community get their hands on it, to see what a great product they've made. Because I don't know about you guys, but for me, Black Ops 3, with all the things, all the nerfs, all the melee weapons, the bad connections, etc., is a top 3 COD for me, personally, in my opinion. So it's a good thing that when the beta came out, they showed strong, and people are still going to go into 2017 on Black Ops 3, which it shows once again what a great game that Treyarch had made. So since we're getting into that, I will be having some Black Ops 3 content on the channel from time to time, because I will be playing with some of the homies that aren't making the transition to IW, that aren't making the initial excuse me, the initial transition over to Modern Warfare Remastered as well. So I'll be playing with the crew when it comes to some Black Ops 3. But since they have been trying to make improvements to this game already, and I see some coming as more time is on the servers, allegedly, you know, the dedicated servers, I see a solid game in this mess. And it ain't there yet, but I have a feeling it's going to get there sooner than later. With that being said, as I drop dude because he stepped out of the fart bubble, uh-oh, 3-piece, and get shot in the back. So with that being said, if you are on Infinite Warfare, hit your boy up. You will be seeing it as of November 3rd, 2016, 9 p.m. because I am on the Pacific Standard Time. You will be seeing Infinite Warfare on this very channel. And obviously, my first experience was with COD 4, so obviously you're going to be seeing Modern Warfare Remastered. I've been seeing the prestige icons. You know, you get 25 custom slots now, 20 prestige levels, being capped at the 20th by a master prestige rank of 1000. Oh my goodness. So you'll be seeing all three: Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare, Modern Warfare Remastered on the channel. As we get into this setup, thank you everybody for stopping by. You're never too old to live. I will see y'all gaming.